Thursday Bully Live. What is going on, man? That sound down. There we go. Let's get a little inner space going on, man. What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about several things that's going on within American Bully breeding, or even breeding in general. You don't have to be American Bullies to see some of the things that go on. Sometimes behind the scenes and sometimes straight up. I saw a quote today. I've seen it before, but I wanted to share it with you guys. Let me bring the mic down a little bit. There you go. I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's a quote that says a lot, especially from who it's coming from. And I pretty much want to share it with you guys because it's gonna kind of set the pace. It's gonna set the stage for what we're gonna be doing tonight. Oh, give me a second, man. Didn't mean to show the wheel just like that. We can spin the wheel. We'll talk about that later on tonight. But before we do that, man, I want to show you guys this little clip right here because some of y'all take breeding, to a whole new level because you've never competed before, because you've never owned an asset before. And guys, if you never owned an asset before, it's not the end of the world that this is the first time you have one, right? And so you want to learn how to manage it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, one way to not manage it is to pretty much badmouth people and try to bring them down and hate. I'm going to tell you something that I learned a very, very long time ago. By the way, if you want to join us live, if you want to come live, I just dropped the link. Make sure to go ahead and click on it so you can come on live, okay? I have never seen a winner, right? I've never seen a winner. Let me raise this up. I have never seen a winner badmouth anybody, man. A winner's too busy winning. A winner's too busy winning, man. Whenever you see somebody out in the community just straight up hating on somebody else, it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate, but in reality, that person doesn't realize the only person they're damaging is themselves, man. Because you're letting people know what's going on, Reyes. You're letting people know right off the rip who you are and what you're all about. And in this community, I'm gonna tell you this: what's going on, Adam Fields? Everybody, what's going on? But I want to tell you guys something, man. If you got a beef with a breeder, if they're doing something you don't like or whatever, best way to handle it, man, is just block them and go your merry way. If you feel the need to take it further with that person, if you're breeding, the best way to do it is outproduce them. Don't come out here yapping at the mouth, man. Go out there and outproduce them. When you outproduce a breeder, no one in the world can take that away from you. And if what you produce is better than what that breeder's producing, no one can deny that. Let me share this with you guys as well. Because some of y'all, because I know that breeding communities, and it's just not just for the American Bullies, it could be for other breeds as well. It's very cliquish. People want to stick to a group because they feel safe, right? But think about it for a minute. Go to the animal world, right? Who sticks together? Nothing but the prey. You look at the sheep. Sheep stick together. They got to. Safety in numbers, right? Deer, other prey. They all got to stick together because it's safety in numbers. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's a bad thing. What I am saying is don't use that leverage that you think you got because you're in a group to try and bring somebody down. You know, this community is notorious for that, man. It's notorious for trying to bring people down. What's going on, Scotland? Number love. What's going on, Coach? That's it. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, look, I wanted to play you guys this clip. What's going on? What's going on, Maurice? Number love, man. I want to play you guys this clip so you can see where I'm coming from. And yeah, tuning in from the plantation. Listen to that, G-Line. Check this out, man. Check this out.
Everybody that you fight is not your enemy, and everybody that helps you is not your friend. And that's what life taught me.
That is such a teaching moment, in my opinion. And it's coming from, Mike Tyson, right? So, I'm not going to age myself, but I will say growing up, man, I saw Mike, boxing and whatnot. He was very controversial. He would always say the stupid things and do the stupid things. Yet now when I hear him saying things like this, it's almost like, wow, man, he had to go through that path in order to learn all these things. There was a moment in time where Mike Tyson was probably the most feared human on earth as far as a boxer, multi-million-dollar athlete, and he lost everything, man. And it was a lot of those people patting him on the back that when the fit hit the shan, everybody stuck their hands in the cookie jar and left them pretty much one hand in front and one behind. I said all that because some of y'all feel that because you're part of a clique, you can yap at the mouth and nothing's going to happen because safety in numbers. You don't realize the damage you're doing to yourself, because anybody that is watching how you're handling yourself online realizes so many things about you and the way that you're behaving, that then when it's time for you to sell a pup, that's where karma comes knocking. Knock, knock. That's where karma shows up, man. Just keeping it real with you. We got Ghost Dog saying good evening, Bully fam. Salute Raul in the chat. What's Raul J. Santos? Man, love that picture. Infamous morning, Bully fam. Pinnacle Bullies. Hello from NC on the way to pick up another Foundation female. Good stuff, man. We got John Gleghorn. What's going on, Bully fam? Coach Karen, I met Mike Tyson when I was an officer in Phoenix. I still have the picture. His attitude has absolutely changed and learned from failure. Well, he's an older guy now, right? He's an older guy now. And, he's learned that, like he said, not, the guy you're fighting is not necessarily your enemy. In other words, your competition is not necessarily your enemy, guys. A lot of times you'll see people tearing each other down out here. And you're like, dude, you both are on the same boat. You're both either new breeders or even established breeders, and you're trying to improve your yard and you're trying to, you're trying to make things happen. You're both on the same boat. But yet we have this idea, right? I call it the Soviet marketing idea. Do you guys know about the Soviet Union? A lot of you weren't even born back then, but there was where Russia is now, along with some of them other countries. It was all one big country, and it was called the Soviet Union. When the wall comes down, in other words, communism failed, all of a sudden they had to switch from communism to capitalism, right? So what ends up happening is, I remember vividly, they were interviewing about a year into it. They're interviewing a guy in a hospital. He got all beat down. And what happened was, the way the Soviets, they knew nothing about marketing or competition or anything like that. The way they would handle competition was, there was a guy who had a pizzeria and he was selling pizza. And then about 2 blocks down, another guy established his pizza joint. So what did he do? He showed up with his friends and baseball bats, and they beat the living hell out of this other guy. So he couldn't sell pizza. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying all that to say that you see a lot of that going on, within the bully world. And all it is those people that are doing this It shows that you're either afraid of competition or you simply don't know how to compete. Either way, I've never seen anybody hating on this community that's actually doing well. They're just not. It can't. It can't, because a winner doesn't have time to hate. Right? So I'll let you get to your own conclusions on that one. Let's see, man. What's good, fam? Do Colin. Not much, man. Jay Santos. I built my pup a stacking box. Any advice on how to teach my pup on how to stack? Yeah, you need bait. You need bait. You need to watch yourself a couple of videos. And what I would say is do about 5-minute stacking sessions every day. Don't go past that. Dogs are not like human beings. You know, you may be wanting to train them an hour a day, and, you know, the pup may just not have the attention span for that. Coach Karen says, don't force being the best. She will only keep chasing your tail. But be among the best, because there's always going to be someone better. Full of analogies today. Wow. Look at Coach Karen tearing it up. Yeah. Guys, listen. When you're breeding, people are going to look at your dogs, and irregardless if you want to hate on somebody or you want to be arrogant and talk yourself up, at the end of the day, they're looking at your dogs, bro. And if your dog got it, then guess what? You ain't got it. It's that simple, right? You don't see people that have a strong following or are even confident individuals. You don't even have to have a large following. You could have a small following. You're never going to find a confident individual who thinks or understands that you just got to be patient, and with time, you're going to get where you want to get to. You don't see those people wasting time hating on anybody, man. Hating only attracts parasites. That's it. Oh, you're a parasite? I'm a parasite too. Let's join together so we could go suck some blood together. Pretty much. Honestly, man, it's time for this community to kind of leave all that hating behind and stick to breeding. Stick to outproducing. At the end of the day, it's about outproducing, man. Can you outproduce this breeder who you dislike or whatever? Oh, you can't? Okay, but you're hating him, right? He's beating you, right? He's outproducing you. Yeah, okay, I get it. I understand now why you hate him. You see what I'm saying? Adam Fields, can't fly with the Eagles if you're hanging with the turkeys, man. Coach Karen. Wow, look at that. Any more analogies? Tell you what, Coach Karen, where you at, Coach Karen? All right, Coach Karen, I need you to become a member before I can give you a free spin. So I was just going to give you a free spin because that was a pretty nice analogy. But because it's only going to be members getting the free spins, Adam Fields, you're going to get a free spin tonight, man. And check it out. We spiced up the wheel, guys. We got our logo there in the middle. We got our colors all over the place. And check it out. We got Congo, 50% stud fee. That's what that 50% means. And the same goes with Fireball, 50% stud fee. So without further ado, man, let me just jump in there since I'm giving you a free spin, Adam Fields. And let's see what's up, man. So we got hat, beanie, we got wristband, we got spin again, we got channel banner, which means you get free promo for a month on our channel. We're gonna make a banner for you. 50% stud fee on Congo, 50% on Fireball, man. Adam Fields, best of luck, bro. Here we go. Oh, dang it. That was close. By the way, guys, if you guys want to spin, you can. Tonight is a $50 spin, man. Just keeping it real with you, man. $50 a spin, all right? Either that or you definitely got to rock with a comment. You got to give us some shares. Right now, I'm only seeing 10 shares, right? So now I got to see at least 100 shares before I start passing them out, man. Love it, Adam. You got it. Stacy Kyle says these dogs speak for themselves if you're doing things correctly. If not, it's going to show. Exactly, man. There's no need to, going back and forth, man. The wheel's looking good today, says Reyes. You got it, man. What's up, QBN? Furman. What's up, Furman? Appreciate you, man. Catch Guard TV, Lions and Hyenas just can't hang. Yeah, well, we're going to talk a little bit about that, man, because we're also going to talk about marketing secrets, bro. And I've had quite a few of you hitting me up asking me, how do I market? How do I market? And I go into your social media accounts and you're acting like a clown. And yeah, first thing you need to do is like not act like a clown. Like that's really the first thing you got to do. We'll talk about that in a second. Infamous says, how do we get the free spin? Tune in a bit late. Nothing, man. If you impress me, I can give you a free spin, but I'm not going to say what you got to do, because if I say that, then everybody's going to do it. But I'll tell you what, we got to see at least 100 shares for me to start giving free spins. Coach Karen says, when my funds pick up, darling, my hours been cut, but pushing through. Nothing but love, Coach. Nothing but love. Lionel says, what's up? Much love from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Appreciate you, man. So listen. If you want to market yourself, right, in this community, and you want, Philippe, appreciate you, man. He just gifted 1 membership. Nothing but love, man. What? There you go, man. Hey, number love, man. We do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. and Thursdays at 8 p.m., man. Let me just get this point across real quick. And that is, when it comes to marketing, particularly in a breeding community where everybody wants to be a breeder just about, right? My suggestion is you need to be different from everybody else. Being different doesn't mean you're going to come out here and talk garbage about anybody or try to bring somebody down or anything like that. What it means is look at the community. Take a look at it, man. What is happening that is negative? And whatever it is, do the opposite. Listen to me. You handle yourself like a brand in the long run. This is not an overnight thing, guys. In the long run, people are going to look at you as a brand, right? But if you act like a clown, or you're posting political stuff on your page where you're selling dogs, or you're bashing people from that very same page, it kind of changes the focus as to what you're trying to do. It defeats the very purpose. So my suggestion to you guys is look at what's going on in the community. If you see people slinging crap back and forth at each other, right? I've never seen anybody slinging crap back and forth on social media win, either one. I don't care who it is. So steer away from that stuff, man. Keep positive. Keep it positive. Talk about your journey. I will tell you, at least for me personally, when I'm flipping through Facebook, I'm rarely on Facebook. I'm maybe there 10 minutes a day. But when I'm flipping through it, usually the people that catch my eye are those that are being sincere and that are showing pictures of their dogs. And they're like, yeah, I get it. She's got a slight high rear, so we're looking for a male that's got better rear angulation. When I see things like that, I don't know about you guys. You guys go ahead and write on here on your comments what catches your eye. But that's something that catches my eye right off the bat, because it shows that you're being genuine. It also shows that you know what the problem is and you know how to fix it, rather than taking a picture of a dog and then going and photoshopping it and thinking you're getting away with murder. More likely than not, people are going to want to send you deposits for puppies and all this and that. But if they ever see your dog in person, it's going to be a very embarrassing moment, bro. Not just embarrassing. They might just shout you out as being fake and phony, which they should. Catchguard says, with the raw, does it help stop the shedding or limit it? It can. That's all I can tell you. Some dogs have a genetic predisposition to shed, even though they may have short hair coat. If your dog has that, which I have no clue if it does, then no matter what you do, you're probably going to have a dog shedding all the time. Joshua says, I like to network with people and do my best. Absolutely, man. That other guy that's a newbie like you, or it's even been doing it for a little bit longer than you, listen, man, we all have our struggles. I don't care how long you've been doing this. Now, I know breeders love to show, you know, the beautiful smile and the marketing and happy, happy, joy, joy. Listen, I don't care what yard it is. Sooner or later, you have had to go through struggles. It just is what it is. Just keeping it real. Oh my God, Philippe, thank you. There you go. There you go, Coach Karen. Look at that. You're now a member. They're showing you love. That's how this community works. Philippe, number love for you. And just for that, Philippe, you already know what's about to happen, bro. We're going to give you a free spin. We're going to give you a free spin. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, whoa, there. Stop. All right, Philippe, man. We'll get it next time, bro. Listen, number love, man. I appreciate you donating that membership. That was very nice of you. And Coach Karen, hey, welcome on board. We appreciate you being here with us. James Bunnell says, why when my girl stands still, her back drops, but when walking, it is straight, or when she is on alert, it is straight. Is she just being lazy? There, you see, James, that question has a lot of bits going to it, right? So how old is your girl? This way I know if she's in the lanky stage or if she's fully mature. So give me that information and I'll be able to kind of give you an idea. Felipe Hernandez Rondon. Thank you, Felipe. Number love, bro. Beth B, where is the line in regards to calling out bad breeders and hating? Look, I think that if a breeder steals your money, I think that, you know, something egregious like that, I think that has to be spoken to the four winds. If you're the person that has been afflicted by such scam or something to that effect, that's more of a public service announcement, if you think about it, right? But if you haven't bought from a breeder and you're out here just talking nonsense, like, come on, man. We ain't got time for that, man. Adam Field says, and Coach got it. YT finally done something right. Absolutely, man. Furman says, we are on day 44 and my girl is loaded. April 12th with everyone prayers. We will drop OG Princess and Malacata. Love that name, bro. Malacata. That's some nice name, man. Hey, Furman, number love, man. Congrats. And you know, for them to all be healthy and, you know, be healthy little whippersnappers running around, man, giving you a run for your money. Coach Karen says, you are all awesome and very appreciated. Number love, Coach. We appreciate you as well. Lionel says, crabs in a bucket. Haters love company. But, hey, real recognize real, just like power, respect power. You know, Lionel, I will say this. In the military, there was an old saying, and it's so true. And it's that misery loves company, man. It really does. Let me give you guys a quick little update. So today we got our girl. Where are you? Here she is. Our girl Mocha. For those of you that have been asking about Mocha and Shamrock, let me come to the breeding banner. I think that's going to be a little bit more appropriate. Here it is. Mocha and Shamrock happened today, man. Super excited. Super excited. Now, we did have planned to do Shamrock to our girl Cadabra. But yeah, you already know, man, things happen. It's breeding. It happens. So you guys already know. I told you about her and her leg and whatnot. We then went ahead and did a short showing you guys her movement. I even did a poll to see how many of you thought she was good to go for breeding or not. We decided to go ahead with it. I took her to the vet. It was not an ACL. She guaranteed me it was not an ACL. It was nothing more than a muscle sprain. So with that being said, hold on a second, guys. Let me shoot real quick. Let me just go ahead and drop this. You'll have to excuse me. I didn't mean to sneeze while you guys are watching me sneeze, but it just came all of a sudden, man. Real quick, Living the Malinois way, nothing but love, man. We got Malinois now as members, man. Nothing but love. Let me go ahead and drop that while it's hot, man.
Pues claro que sí, cabrón.
Es claro que sí, cabrón. We do this every Sunday at 10 a.m. You're now a member. We're going to make sure we answer your questions before we get off any live. So we do it at 10 a.m. Sunday and 8 p.m. Thursday, all Central Times, guys. All right, man. Welcome on board. So let me go through here. Social media can be toxic. Don't absorb it. Genuine people don't need to hide behind the hype. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joshua Galashaw says, I'm on my first litter of breeding. Rather, my pups are 6 months old and damn, had 13 pups in our laps. Wow. 13 pups is too much, man. Honestly, I prefer 8. 8 for me is a perfect number of pups. But hey, man, congrats to you. James Bonnell, 8 months. Coach, congrats, Furman, sending the best. All right. That litter's going to look crazy, says Jay Santos. Adam, love me some mocha. Yeah, man. I'm catching up on the comments. John Gleghorn. AI and my girl, March 12th. When should notice sign that it might be successful? 30 days later. Go ahead and do an ultrasound. In fact, I say 30. That's what the book says. Me personally, I like 35. Why? Because now the fetuses are so much bigger and they're a lot easier to find with the ultrasound. That's just me, man. But technically, you could do it at day 28, technically. Coach Karen says, so glad. I was excited for you to see her getting around again. Yes. Yes, Coach. But we ended up, let me see here. We ended up breeding Cadabra, but not necessarily to who you think we were going to breed Cadabra to, right? So those of you that have downloaded QBN app, you already know because I've already dropped the banner there. Let me go ahead and upload this picture real quick so I can show you guys. It took me all about within 5 minutes to get into my house when I get the result, and I found out that her progesterone level is at 30, which means any shipped semen is out of the question because we're looking at 18 is the perfect number on the IDEX to go ahead and do either a surgical or a TCI, a transcervical insemination. She's at a 30. Some vets are going to say, 30 is way up there. I was like, no, 30 is actually perfect. It means all the eggs are mature. Yeah, I may lose 1 or 2 eggs due to disintegration. Oh, well, at this point, I have to make a decision. So here it is. This is the decision we made. We decided to go ahead and put Congo into Cadabra. This was a breeding that we actually tried doing, I want to say a year ago, and she didn't take. But we're going to go ahead and repeat it. So Congo, we went ahead and put them into Cadabra in the volcano litter. If you want more information on that, you could always download QBN app, and you could get all the information you need there. It's going to give you, pedigree, embark on both dogs, et cetera, et cetera. All right. Let me catch up here. Let's see. Somebody said, okay, Coach, Infamous, my bad. Is there any advantage, disadvantage doing TCI compared to AI? In my opinion, in my personal opinion, I feel TCIs are better than surgical. And here's why. Whatever you do surgical, they have to slice open the uterus, right? Well, I take it back. Let me rewind. I take it back. I'm thinking C-section. My apologies. Whenever they do a surgical, they have to open up the dog. They have to go down and get the uterus, right? And the canine or the dog uterus has 2 horns. What they usually do is with a syringe and a needle, they're gonna go ahead and hit one of the horns and shoot about 3 to 4 mLs, depending on the size of the dog, and then do the same on the other side. And then put everything back in and then go ahead and sew the dog up. Here's the thing. Whenever you open up a dog, immediately they're going to put your dogs on what they call a prophylactic antibiotic. And all that is just a just in case antibiotic, if you want to call it that. And 9 times out of 10 is going to be amoxicillin. Depending on your dog's size, it could jump between 500 to maybe 1,000 milligrams a day. Again, depending on your dog's size. So it's up to the vet what they prescribe you. Now, when you do a TCI, which is a transcervical insemination, which it's basically a tool, right? This is not it. But say this is it. The cervix is closed at 18. So basically, with the tool, they're going to transverse the cervix. That's why it's called transcervical. And then they're going to shoot the sperm in there. The beauty of it is that the TCI, the sperm is going to end up in the same place as if though you did a surgical. Exact same place. Except the reason the TCI has an advantage over it, in my opinion, is because you're not cutting anything open. You see what I'm saying? So it reduces the possibilities of pyometria, reduces the possibilities of infection, so on and so forth. Now, what's the drawback on the TCI? The drawback on the TCI is not everybody knows how to do it. Especially, hear me out, especially city vets. I have found city vets to not be as effective on a TCI machine or using the TCI tool as much as a country vet. Why is that? Well, believe it or not, that country vet has plenty of practice doing TCIs on goats, on all sorts of stock animals. Therefore, when it gets around to your dog, don't get me wrong, each animal's anatomy is a little bit different, but they've already had this practice. They know what they're looking for, and they're able to hit it. You go to one of these city vets where they got a brand spanking new vet trying to do a TCI. Yeah, good luck with that. It might not work out. I'm just saying. How will you go about selling Shamrock and Mocha litter? Like we always do, fam. You could download QBN app. If you're interested, you go there, you check out whatever litter. Doesn't even have to be that one. We have others. And then click contact us, and I will receive a text directly from you. Once I receive it, I'll respond, and we'll take it from there. Living the Malinois way says, been watching for a long time, got an almost 2-year-old imported Malinois male that may be used for breeding. So hoping to learn from the lives. Good stuff. You know, it's funny. We've rescued now 4 dogs. One of them, Ladybug, she's a house dog. The other 3, we got them in the kennel area. 2 of the 3 that we have out in the kennel area have Malinois in them. So let me tell you, man, talk about a different breed altogether. The energy it's too much, man. At least for me, it is in comparison to what I'm used to, which are the bullies. But nonetheless, man, great dogs. It's great to be alive. Hi, family. Shade Tree. What is going on, young lady? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes. Was wondering how much of a difference in thickness of legs you notice between all of your studs. Huh? I don't understand that question, Stacy. Was wondering how much of a difference in thickness of legs. I guess you mean a bone? You mean like the front legs, like the bone? Or you're talking about the back leg muscles? Please elaborate. I'll be more than happy to answer that. Congo definitely throws some nice pups, Adam Fields. Appreciate you, man. Quiptown Dogos, do your team make breeding and pedigree banner on the side? You can definitely download QBN app, click on store, click on Holland Custom Designs, and you could ask Kyle if he wants to design for you. It's up to him, man. It's really his time and how he manages it. Beth B says, I'm so excited for Congo and Cadabra litter. Thank you, Miss Beth. Appreciate you. Yeah. I know, Coach Karen. I know Cadabra is your favorite. Shay Tree, she says she loves this. Share the video. You got it. Exactly. And those country vets don't exist anymore. Dying breed knowledge there. Yeah. Especially them older ones. Mr. Kyle is back here. I see. There he is. He dropped something. I'm here watching comments, bro. Number love, man. All right, bro. So he's dropping stuff. Tradesman Exotic says, listening in while cleaning up reptile room. Woo-wee. All right, man. Bone structure, Stacy Kyle. Stacy, hands down. I've had people asking me why it is that I chose Congo, right? Each one of my dogs brings something different to the table, all right? I can tell you 305, his structure is pretty much what I like. He's very athletic. He's got a lot of the stuff that I like. But there is no denying that the bone structure in this yard, from the male standpoint, comes through Congo. Hands down. There's just no question. There's just no question. So keep in mind, Cadabra, she's a NI, right? N for big and I for small on the IGF-1, which is the growth hormone, right? So the males that I currently have that are adults, I have Congo, right? This guy right here, he's an NI, right? I have 305, he's an NI. And I also have Fireball, he's an NI. I just felt looking at Cadabra and looking at her structure and looking at, just piecing everything together. I've always said you got to have plan B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z, right? So after piecing it together, I just felt that her best connection would be with Congo. I mean, just this picture that you're seeing here of Congo, this is a banner that's a year old, guys. By the way, so Congo has definitely thickened up more than what you're able to see in that picture. But this boy, he's definitely the thickest and probably has the most bully type of my XL males. Now, I do have a double end male, and that's this guy right here. And trust me, he doesn't look like that anymore. He's getting pretty big. But he's just immature at this point. I can't use him. That's the reason I went with Congo. I just felt, the breed type that he brings, the bone girth, look at the spread on the chest, look at the shoulders. I just felt he fell right in line with our girl Cadabra. So we'll soon find out once the breeding, once the pups hit, the breeding has already been done. GTSY Hollywood. I don't know what that means, but okay. Kyle did my logo. There you go. Hollywood. Yeah, man. Yo, that Nuvet Plus works real nice. Thanks for the code. I got it back in mid-February. Lionel. Just keeping it real with you guys. Talking about Nuvet real quick. This was a year ago. So you guys could have an idea. I haven't updated the pictures. Shame on me. I know. But you can see in a matter of 18 days, look up the picture on the left. There's a slight knuckling over. Okay, just slight. But look at the picture on the right. There's nothing there. Look at the picture on the left on the east-west. This is the same dog 18 days later, right? Look at the front. Look at that. January 9th on the left versus January 27th on the right. Is Nuvet a magic pill? It is not, even though it may seem like it is to some of you. In all reality, kibble, the way it's processed and it's cooked, it denatures a lot of things that are being put there. And I know the bag says they're there, but they may not necessarily be bioavailable. And if it's not bioavailable, the dog's body's going to automatically borrow from Paul to pay Peter. When you start doing that, you start getting some funkiness. I've told you guys about my boy Fireball, right? And over here is when I got Fireball. He had straight feet. Okay, believe it or not, he has straight feet in this picture. But over here at 4.5 months, look at them feet. They're east-west. It is here that I decided to start supplementing. I did my own personal supplementing. I did not know about Nuvet at the time, anything like that. It just turns out now when I'm looking at the ingredients, I realize many of the ingredients that they use is what I was using to correct. Main difference, however, is I didn't know the amounts like they do. And this is our code 513237. You cannot buy this in stores. And if you go online to buy, there's no way around it. If you don't have a code, you can't get it. So just a heads up, we've received many pictures. This is a picture. Actually, I was told that this was within a week. I wish they would have used the same camera, but you can look at the markings and you could tell it's the same dog. Look at the difference, the before and after, guys. And again, it's not a magic pill. What it is your dogs are actually getting human food grade vitamins that are not cooked. They're cold pressed, right? And those vitamins, they weren't getting them. So they're showing you all this wonkiness walking around. Now, all of a sudden they're straightening out. And, you guys are swearing by it. And fact of the matter is it's definitely a good product and it's definitely correcting your dog, but it's not a magic pill, man. It's just giving them what they really need. Brayman Bully says, love the Nuvet, gets a little expensive with 9 dogs, but definitely worth it. Yeah, man. Definitely worth it, bro. Especially if you're dealing with smaller dogs like Pockets. Pockets have a tendency to have joint issues near the pasterns. Now, mind you, some of it can be genetic, and you might not be able to fix them completely. But keep in mind, even if it is genetic, the amount of pain a dog has to, deal with if their paws are, opened out that way. So it's always a good idea, man. Man, I hope she takes. Coach Karen, me too. We're doing everything we can. None but love. Shade Tree. You copied that from somebody. I don't know who it is, but I've heard that one before. Emilio Garcia says, Congo's a beast in person. Can't wait to see what that litter is going to produce. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, man. That's just it. When people see Congo in person, here, tell me, Emilio, drop a comment. Do these pictures do him justice, bro? And, I know you came down to pick up your pup. You got to see him in person. Do you feel that these pictures actually do Congo justice? Because I get a lot of people telling me that they don't. Let's see. Kyle says, and Congo's definitely the biggest sweetheart you'll ever meet. This is true, man. Senor G, Raul can recreate power-looking dogs. Rest in peace, Power. I can. I have several of his sons who owe me a stud bag, and I can if I wanted to. Yes. GTSY, good to see you. Okay. That's a new one. Look at that, Coach Karen. You're way ahead of me in that. I was confused too old. Yeah. Adam Fields, big old baby, just wants to love. Yeah, man. Tradesman says, hitting up my first show in probably 10 years or so here in Jacksonville. Congrats on that, bro. Try and network when you're out there, man. That's a good place to network a little bit. Drippy65, if everything goes right, I'm going to be able to put that deposit on the Shamrock for my future grand champion. Drippy Smooth. That's what I'm going to call you. Drippy Smooth, man. None but love. House of McClure Outlaw Kennels. Hello from House of McClure Outlaw Kennels. My girl, Crystal Gale, got 5th on Four Paws Charity Online Dog Show, and she is only 4 months old. It's coming together for me. Congrats on that. I'm glad to hear that, fam. Yeah, keep going at it. Keep training them. If you haven't gotten a stack box, go ahead and do so. Pups do well for about 5 minutes and with treats. Shea Tree says, I'm going to purchase a pup from Daisy Duke. It's written in the stars. Well, you know who's going to be going into Daisy Duke, right? I'm just kidding. Daisy Duke is going to be this guy right here, Fireball. That's who we're going to be putting into her when the time comes. It's going to be pretty exciting. I feel like he's the one dog that doesn't have a disproportionate amount of size. She's calling it the free stack freak. You know it. Zulema, today is the 14th day of my female taking Nuvet. Tomorrow, I'll send you the pics. That way you can share on Sunday if you want. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Send them over. Colin, you know, we need them. Jonathan, how many vitamins do you give your dogs daily? I give them one of these, Nuvet, and then depending on their weight, I know it says Nuvet, New Joint Plus. I actually have New Joint DS, which is double strength. And then depending on their weight, they're usually getting either 3 or 4 of those, depending on how much they're weighing. Let me see. Coach says certain ingredients at, I guess, proper levels need to work together to be absorbed. Sounds like Nuvet takes that guesswork out. It does. It does. The amount of vitamin A to E to C, that has a lot to do with what's going to be absorbed with the joint support. And I've ever since I've been giving it to my dogs, the difference is night and day. Raymond Bull says, I give it to the pocket as well as my English Bulldogs. There you go, man. Jay Santos, will you be at any ABKC shows this year? I don't know, man. I don't know. Between making videos, now we're also doing lives. We actually upgraded our internet service, so you're going to be seeing me doing more lives back in the yard with better and higher definition. I don't know. It's one of those things. I'll let you know if I do go. I'll announce it. No, they don't do him any justice. Adam Fields, he's Met Congo. G-Line, good quality ain't cheap, and cheap things don't work. There you go, man. I always tell people, man, think made in China when you think cheap, and that's your answer. What is the temperament of your pups? Want one, but I have a 3-year-old. Jack Marlowe. Jack, I think that's an excellent question. You need anybody that's got children running around in the home, this is the question you need to ask right here. And my response, Jack, is do yourself a favor. Don't take my word for it, and don't take no breeder's word for it. Go to our homepage. We have plenty of videos there, especially when I'm back there live, and also videos of my pups and my dogs. We have dog pack videos. This way you could have an overall idea of how my dogs behave and not necessarily me just wanting to sell a pup to you, bro. That's your best way. Raul, my hero of American Bully XL, Shea Tree. Number love, Miss Shea Tree. I appreciate you. I can promise you the temperament of these American Bullies are the best that you're going to get, especially if you raise one from a pup with your baby. And he's saying that generally this breed is a companion breed. And yes, if you get a puppy and it grows with your kid, man, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Quiptown Dogos, do value breeders more who do value, I guess you value breeders more who show their dogs versus breeders who don't. I could tell you, me personally, I don't have time to even train my dogs to go out there into the show ring. I usually the way I do it is I get a handler that's willing to come here and pick up the dogs and do everything and train them and then take them in. But some breeders just don't have the time. I could tell you honestly, I don't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it. I can attest to that, Kyle. You got it, man. Would you recommend Nuvet for a Cane Corso? Absolutely. I recommend Nuvet for any breed. Like I said, it's weight-based. So if you have a dog that weighs less than, say, 5 pounds, rather than giving them a full wafer, you give them half a wafer. And then knee joint, like I said, is going to be weight-based. I still recommend the knee joint DS, so you don't have to be giving so many wafers. Nuvet is for all dogs. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you answering that. Hollywood, Congo probably loves watermelon too, so I'm sure he's okay with that. Oh, for sure. For sure he does. We got Star Dog Shepherds. All right. Competition is not your enemy. Your lack of competitiveness is your enemy. Thank you. If I was doing this to do what others were doing, there would already be someone to do that. Vote German Shepherd 2024. Listen, hats off to you, Star Dog Shepherds. You just hit on the point that this entire show tonight is about. If you need to hate on your competitors and you need to tear them down, you ain't crap when it comes to breeding, son. Because in order for you to beat other breeders, you need to outproduce. That's the name of the game when it comes to breeding. Can you outproduce? If that dude over there is producing champions, can you outproduce him with grand champions? If he's got 2 or 3 grand champions, can you outproduce him with 10? That's the name of the game. All right. It's not, oh, boo hoo hoo. You know, come on, man. Nobody got time for that BS, man. And let me tell you, we get away with that nowadays more than ever because it's social media. I can tell you, man, back when I was a young kid, man, and I don't promote violence, but I could tell you the street where we played on, that was a football field. It was a racetrack, and it was also a boxing ring, man. You say the wrong things and you had to have it out there. And I don't know, man. I feel like sometimes this social media stuff gets some of you just a little too comfortable. Just a little too comfortable. You'll probably say things on social media that you would never have what it takes to actually tell someone straight to their face because you're not willing to deal with those consequences. It's that simple. Even have the yard visit where random strangers came over to the yard and every one of them were super nice to complete strangers. He's talking about our breed. We have Congo's son, and he's the best, RGB. Number love, RGB. Big Mouth Bullies, good evening. What's going on, Big Mouth? Star Dogs, not just any German Shepherd, a Star Dog German Shepherd. Listen to that, man. Look at this marketing right here, man. You got to tip your hat off to. I know he's not a member, but you got to tip your hat off to him. The way he's putting it together, check it out, guys. Take notes. The private reserve of German Shepherd venerated lines that were never met each other, and not for my work. The next generation of GSD. Is he hating on anybody? You see what I'm talking about? Hats off to you, Star Dog, man. Number love. Shade Tree, temperament is stellar. Appreciate it. Stacy Kyle, good move, Kyle. Okay. We got RGB. We have kids and farm animals and Quango. By the way, Quango is, where you at, Congo, when I need you? Here he is. Quango is Congo's son. Okay. So look what she says. And Quango is the best dog we ever had. All right. So, hey, and that's coming from somebody that actually has a pup straight from there, man. So number love. Big Mouth says, I never understood the hate towards other breeders. You have to give respect where respect is due. Absolutely, man. You know what happens? What usually happens is you have a new breeder coming in, and like I said before, they feel like, you know, they don't have leverage on the community because they're brand spanking new. They don't even know what the hell they're doing. So they'll gravitate towards the crowd. Now, I told you guys, sheep are the ones that band together. Lions are the ones that walk alone, right? I mean, it just is what it is. And so what ends up happening is they start feeling too comfortable being around sheep and being in a group. And then, they cannot produce, or they haven't produced anything. And then, they lash out and they come after people and this and that. And it's just a terrible thing. Shea Tree, Nuvet is for all dogs. Hollywood takes it. Oh, yes, he does, man. And let me tell you, Hollywood, his back has gotten a lot better. I just passed by there this past weekend. Wife couldn't be happier. Kids jumping for joy. I mean, it was just a sight to see. Coach Karen says, nice RGB, very excited about him with Cadabra. So maybe this was in the cards for her. It is very, very, very possible. And, I was going to say this, Star Dog, had you been a member, I would give you a free spin. But we're going to keep the free spin only to channel members and channel members that actually blow my socks off or impress me in any which way. Or if you do want to spin, is $50 a spin, because we actually got studs on there today. So tell you what, Zulema, you earned yourself a spin. So we're going to go ahead and just give you a spin, sweetheart. Here you go. Zulema Santiago, number love. Here we go. Oh. Okay, there it is. All right. All right, you got yourself a little wristband. Number love. do me a favor. If you could please, let me bring the banner up. If you could please download QBN app and head over to Kyle Custom. Here we go. There you go. Just download QBN app. And then I want you, once you download it, click on store and click on Holland Custom. There you go. Holland Metal Custom Design. And go ahead and send him your information as far as your address is concerned. And I'll make sure I ship this. In fact, I'm shipping everything Saturday. So for you guys that haven't received anything, don't get too mad at me. We're going to go ahead and ship this Saturday. All right. Let's see. Zulema saying, thanks. You got it. You got it, man. Love this community, man. Love how we're all coming together. Love how we just gifted a membership to Coach Karen, you know, and it just makes me want to get back. It makes me want to get back, Zulema. This is why you got to spin. We got Freaky all day. Freaky, I haven't seen you in a while, man. Question, what is your ideal look for XL bullies? And I go off that. Who do you look at, the dam or the sire? Because you have a few great looking dogs. Who would you say is your best looking dog? Wow, man, that was a loaded question. All right, so remember, I've spoken about COI, which is the coefficient of inbreeding. And depending if my female has a high coefficient of inbreeding or low. Let me see if I can bring that up here real quick just to answer you precisely, man. I don't have Embark up. Never mind. So listen, I call 27. 27 is the line, in my opinion. If you're above 27, you have a high COI. If you're below 27, you have a lower COI. Now, if you have 27 COI or 26, you're on the higher end, right? So let me give you an example. Our girl Cadabra, her COI is 11. Okay, let me bring up the breeding banner so you can see what we're talking about. So Cadabra's COI is 11. Okay, and the male that's going into her, my boy Congo, his COI is a 9. Right? So for all intents and purposes, right? For all intents and purposes, this is considered a 50-50 breeding. I would not be surprised if I get dogs with the best of both worlds, because actually that's what we're aiming for. But I'm saying more dogs than not having the best of both worlds, because neither dog is truly dominating. Now, mind you, Cadabra's the female. She's going to push a little bit more, but you know, if all indication is correct, Cadabra's mom, my girl Azu, whenever I took males into her, the pups were looking more like they would have dad's head, right, and mom's body. That was with Azu, but Azu had a higher COI. In this case, Cadabra has a lower COI. So I just feel like, you know, we're going to be getting the best of both worlds. In addition, both dogs have short muzzle gene carriers, and both dogs have medium muzzles, so they don't have long muzzles. So we're expecting shorter muzzles and or medium muzzles in this particular litter. That's what we're expecting. Still looking for my QBN hat, Drippy. I told you, man. Saturday we shipping them out. Hit that like button. 94 people, only 34 likes. I'm telling you, man. Y'all killing me. Coach Karen, if you poll the audience, it's going to be all over the place on that question. What question is that, Coach Karen? Oh, I see. On the dogs and whatnot. Yeah, he did ask, what's the ideal bully look for me? I mean, I got to give credit where credit is due, man. I mean, think about it. If we're looking at the ABKC standard, okay, if you're looking at the ABKC standard, you know, you got to look at this grand champion right here, man. And again, he's one of several. There's several that got that look. Look at the neck. Look at that bull bulge on the neck, right? Look at that 90-degree on the stop, right? What am I talking about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look at your screen right now. I'm talking about the 90-degree on the stop, and I'm talking about the neck. You see that bulge right there? You see the bulge right here, right? That's the bull bulge I'm talking about. And then look at the stop. Look at the 90-degree on the stop, right? And that's what a lot of people need to start learning is what is the standard? It's so simple. Just visit the webpage of the registry and the standards are right there for you, man. Let's see, man. Is he a pocket? Are you talking about Congo? No, man. Congo's not a pocket, bro. Congo is straight up XL. He's not the tallest XL. I would say Congo is about 20, either 20 and a half or 20 and 3/4, anywhere around there. The one thing I like about him is he's wider than he is taller. Look, this is his half brother. That's his half brother, 305. Now, 305's got everything, it's got more symmetry, right? But when you look at breed type, I mean, there is no question that this boy definitely brings it. And mind you, my boy 305, he's a triple champion, right? He's a ABKC, UKC, and USBR champion. Not taking anything away from him, but this particular boy's got a little bit more bone, got better chest spread, and definitely has more breed type. I mean, just it is what it is. Hello, this is Sylvia Figueroa. Started my puppy Togo from day one on Nuvet. Man, I wish you could do a before and after picture. I would love that. Any recommendations on dog-related books? No, fam. Do your research online. Find stuff online. Brahma Bull right there. All right. Big Mouth says Shamrock. Yeah. You got to respect them, man. What do you think of Cowboy? I don't know. Show me a picture. RGB, I might get another Congo son. Watch out now. Freaky All Day says, I like Hangman as well as Shamrock. Looks just as good. Hey, there are several grand champions out there. I mean, even this boy right here, Grand Champion Dooley. I mean, Grand Champion Dooley, they all bring something to the table, man. They all bringing something to the table. So no, just because I mentioned Shamrock doesn't mean I'm taking away from any other grand champion. I mean, they're grand champions for a reason. But you did ask me a question, and I mean, this boy's head, the breed type, the girth, he's just, to me, he brings it. He brings it as well as all the other grand champions are bringing it. It all depends what you're looking for and what you're trying to match up. All right. Check out Riot Luciano. I feel he is the standard. Sham is up there as well. Okay, I got you. Well, you do know that Shamrock is Lucky Luciano's son, right? Just throwing that out there. And again, I'm not stuck on the names or all that, but he is. Just for a heads up. Interesting thing to learn about Koi. My guy has one of 19% according to Embark. No idea what the dams is yet, but may need to reconsider the dam for future litter after learning this. Yes, absolutely. So if you want the female to absorb the male's attributes, you're probably going to want the female with single-digit Koi. Okay, if he's at 19, if say she's at a 9, more than likely he should be able to push through. But if you wanted it the other way around, then you might want the female to say have a Koi of 30 or even 31 versus a 19 in order for her to push through. So it really comes down what you're trying to pull, right? Because you may want the dam's dad. He may be a better stud than your stud. She's walking around with that genetic code inside of her. So if she happens to have a higher Koi and you want to pull that, you then get a male with a lower Koi in order to pull that in, and vice versa, right? Beth B, our QBNK community is absolutely amazing, not to be mistaken or confused for the bully game community. Love this fam. Yeah, no, we don't even say game because we know these dogs. Yeah, definitely bully community. Ivan Lewis, man, just started watching you. I appreciate your knowledge, my man. Appreciate you, man. Listen, we do this every Sunday at 10 a.m., every Thursday at 8 p.m. For as little as $5 a month, we're going to answer all member questions. And now's the time I'm going to answer them all before we get off. Jay Santos, is it worth registering with UKC and what are the benefits? Absolutely, and it's up to you. I can't answer that for you. For me personally, the UKC standards, who I just heard were recently updated, I just feel like The American Bully is one of many, 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 many breeds under the UKC umbrella, whereas I feel the ABKC is more specialized towards our breed, if that makes any sense. But at the end of the day, having both registries is not a bad thing. Every single dog in my yard, for the exception of my Merles, have ABKC and UKC. Just keeping it real. And the only reason for that is because UKC doesn't recognize blotched or Merle. He was asking if Shamrock was standard or pocket, bro. Oh, thanks, bro. Shamrock is a standard. Standard grand champion, yes. How old is Shamrock, bro? You got to ask the breeder, but I know he's been around. So I would say, if I had to guess, I would say he's somewhere around 6 or 7-ish. So, but I can tell you, today we received his sperm, and them things were flying off the microscope. I mean, the motility was crazy. So he's definitely still very, very effective. Stacy Kyle says the other end of the leash is pretty good as far as learning about dog personality and training tips. Okay, good deal. Freak Out Day. Question: are you dabbling in the standard and pocket areas soon? But I know you're keeping an XL all day and that Dooley and Athena. No, listen, I have always said from day one, you need to go back to a classic or a standard in order to get breed type, especially if you're dealing with XLs. Especially if you're dealing with XLs. All right. So no, I'm not necessarily wanting to produce just that. And now watch me say this, because this is how breeding works. All of a sudden, I'm going to crank out a super amazing standard that is of grand champion quality, and I got no choice but to keep it, and I would be more than happy to. I feel that if you have an XL camp, you need to be able to have access to standards that give you that sound breed type. Okay, that has always been the way I've seen it. And Sir Arthur says, my girl's 17 months. She is 20 at Withers and about 80 pounds, but looks sort of fat. What's the best way to get more muscle and definition at same weight now that she is old enough? Okay, still wait another month for the bones to seal. In fact, if you could wait closer to 2 years, that'd be better. What you can do is obviously crank up a little bit more of the protein. I don't know if you're feeding raw or not, but if you could, that would definitely give her more muscle. But you also got to give her complex carbohydrates like oatmeal, for example, over rice. However, if you're muscle training her or if you're running her, then you could give rice if it's like within half hour of her running. if you want to muscle her up. Also, before she goes to bed, give her 2 spoonfuls of cottage cheese, casein protein. Thank me later. Coach Karen says, definitely get a wealth of information from you. Greatly appreciate it. Number love. Living the Malinois way says, thank you so much for the knowledge. Already taking notes about what I want from my male and what I want to improve on. You got to, man. How long can you breed a male? Until he's got sperms that wiggle. That's what it comes down to, man. Some dogs, their sperm may no longer wiggle at 5. You get a boy like Fireball. I just shipped the sperm yesterday. The day before yesterday. Get a call from the guy. He's like, dude, the numbers are there and they're wiggling. So, and Fireball's coming up on 6. So, yeah. Raul, Lord bless you, fam. Thank you for all you do for the breed in the community. The last community that loves them. I wish I would have found you before I bought my girls 2 years ago, aiming to correct flaws. Yeah, man, it happens. I get you, bro. Coach Karen says use a little bit of egg white protein powder. By the way, egg protein is the best protein because 100% of it becomes bioavailable to the dogs. The only bad part about it is you got to give it to them raw. That's not the bad part. The bad part is they're only getting about 6 grams of protein per egg. So you got to give them quite a few, man. And usually when they eat raw eggs, man, you don't want to have them in the house, man, because when they let it out, it could definitely you might have to end up painting some walls. Let me put it that way. Yes, cottage cheese at night. Yes, I hear that it's not about the male, it's the females. What's your thoughts? Ivan, go ahead and rewatch this live once we're done. I've already spoken about the coefficient of inbreeding. That's what it's about. Now, mind you, there is a particular DNA that females have that the males don't have, and that's the mitochondrial DNA. Okay. So that's why when you have an amazing stud, his daughters in particular, the ones that resemble him the most, right? They become gold when it comes to breeding because they're able to actually draw from that. But you must have a male with a lower koi. All right. Let me see, man. All right, freak all day in breeding. I look at 3 G's back, 3 generations back, parent, grandparent, great grandparent. How many do you look back? And I ask because you breed a few times a year, and I know things and come from past and present. Yeah. Okay. So I look at first and foremost the puppy in front of me. I'll look at the parents, but I don't put most of the stock on the parents. I look at the grandparents. That's where I feel the majority of the genetic code is coming from. Just think about it, man. If you have a grandparent with a higher koi, more than likely they're going to push. And when your breedings come, a lot of times you'll see puppies that don't look exactly like the parents, but they're looking more like the grandparents. If that makes any sense. Jay Santos, I give my pup 1 cooked egg. Is that good? Should I stop and switch to raw? Yes. I forget why it is you shouldn't be giving cooked eggs. I believe it causes, because keep in mind, a raw egg, right? The protein is not denatured. It's transparent. Once you cook it now or boil it, it becomes white. And you've just denatured the protein. I don't remember what it was, but I think it causes a depletion of a particular vitamin if you give it to them cooked in the long run. All right. So listen up, guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping by on Thursday, man. Nothing but love. I do want to show you guys one thing before I let you go, man. One more thing before I let you go. Guys, real quick, let me talk to you about Nuvet and New Joint Plus. This is a multivitamin. This is joint support. Many people out here have done before and after pictures showing you the improvement that this alone brings to the table. If you're feeding kibble, if you're feeding raw, there could be some insufficiencies that are actually causing structural issues to your dog. Wouldn't you want to correct that? This is just it. The multivitamin that'll do it for you is Nuvet and also joint support with New Joint Plus. I recommend both bottles. We're going to go ahead and leave a link in the descriptions below. Now let's get back to it. Get back to it, we shall. Now listen up, guys. We're going live on Sunday, 10 a.m. Tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your friend. It's been Raul from the Q, catching you on the next one.